Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Doing a video now requested by a subscriber, how to check your buffs outside of Battlefield. Lots of people do upgrades trying to see where they're at. Obviously, people, that's why people play the game, to grow and advance and have fun, and it's good to see where you're at, especially before Battlefield, so you can make adjustments, change gear around, that sort of stuff. Before we get to that, just a reminder, APTOIDE, 25 up to 25% discounts. There is a 30% discount coming up in about 10 days on June 26th. So use the promo code Genghis, help support the channel. Follow the instructions in the description to the video, and that will help you out. Save some money, keep some money in your pocket. Now, back to the video. So I just scouted this guy and I attacked him a couple times, and I'll show you why. So if it used to be really simple. Someone used to be able to just scout you like I did this. So let's pretend this guy asked me to scout him. So that's all you really have to do to find out your buffs. Ask someone on server, scout me or attack me, and we'll get into why. So you used to be able to just scout and you could see the debuffs. Right here you see the debuffs, and you used to be able to do that, but things got a little confusing when they added the military academy, and I'll show you why. So let's just go down here and so increase range troop defense by 45 when joining Alliance War, and increase range troop attack by 60% when defending. So some of these, so like right here, when defending. So it's not active. So if we go into this scouting report, and let's pretend that guy actually had that science done, we would see these buffs, but we wouldn't see that increase 60% when defending, because it's only when active, right? So if I attacked him, these would go up. So I could show you in our battlefield today. So if we look here, so I scouted this guy to see the buffs, right? And if we look, it says, let's say siege attack 1762, right? We'll just use that one as an example. And then we go into the attack just a couple minutes later, or a couple seconds later probably, and he's at 2048. So you don't get an accurate representation anymore because of the military academy. But for debuffs, what you have to do, you have to ask someone to attack you. And if you just have them send 10,000 troops. If they send one troop, it isn't enough to activate the buffs unless you're way, way stronger than the person. But generally, if you care about your buffs, you're probably a decent keep, decent size. So someone sending one troop at you is not going to activate the buffs. It's just going to say all troops annihilated, and there will be no report. It'll be blank. So in this case, I sent 10,000 troops at this guy, and I got to see all of his max debuffs. So this is him on the right side. He's the defender. So if this guy asked me, hey, attack me with 10,000 troops, I want to see my debuffs, he would get to see them. All right, these are his max debuffs. Now, if I asked him to attack me, it wouldn't work because his buffs are lower than 50%, right? So the thing we have to keep in mind with our buffs is they only cap 50% of the opponent. So when we look at my attack on here, if we look at range attack debuff, 181, why is it so low? It's not because my debuff is only 181. It's because his is 363 and I can only do 50%. So if his said 500, you'd see 250 there and it'd go up. So if you're asking someone to attack you with 10,000 troops to see your debuffs, make sure they're stronger than you. If they have better buffs than you, then you'll actually see your full debuffs. If they're lower than you, you won't see them. You'll just see, like what I see, an inaccurate representation. You'll just see that I fully debuffed the player, I don't know how much more there is, so you might have to ask someone else. Now, you'll have to ask someone in a different alliance because you can't attack someone in your own alliance. You can scout someone in your own alliance, but you can't attack for the debuff part of it. So on our server, unfortunately, we don't have, or fortunately, all the top players are in one alliance, pretty much. So can't really do the attack and check like I just said. But on some servers, especially new servers, where you haven't totally aligned yet and become one top alliance, you can do that. You can ask people, but then there's a trust factor, obviously, right? Obviously, you hope it's on friendly terms and nap situation, and you just ask them to help you out. But basically, that's it. So just to recap, you can get someone to scout you, and it will show your non-active buffs. But if you have military academy research going, it won't show that. And then for the debuff part of it, and actually for the active buffs too, you can get someone to attack you with 10,000 troops, and it will show your full defensive buffs, but it will lack on the debuffs unless they are stronger than you or higher buffs. So hope that helps, and it will help you prepare for Battlefield, because Battlefield, you want to do your best. You don't want to use that as practice, right? So anyways, like, subscribe, let me know in the comments any other tips you guys have for users, how to check your buffs and debuffs. There's all sorts of Excel sheets and things you can do, but sometimes it's not accurate. And keep in mind, Evony has different buffs for on server and Battlefield. People don't know how to explain it. Sometimes they're 200 or 300% higher on Battlefield, and it has nothing to do with the towers or anything like that. But I know when I play SVS, my debuffs are way different than Battlefield, and I don't know why. Let me know in the comments if you know why also. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.